world.
Welcome to my channel. This is Serge bringing you another action figure collector's review on the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Velocity Suit Spider-Man. He comes from the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure wave. As you can tell, you get the figure itself right there, a web accessory, and the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure piece. Over here on this side of the box, you get the nice image of the Velocity Suit Spider-Man. Over here on the other side, you get the same image reflected. On the back of the box, you get the product shot and the little bio right there. You also get other figures from this wave, and you get the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure. Up here at the top of the box, you get some web artwork. Looks nice. Down here at the bottom, nothing but the barcode. Let's get to it. Open this bad boy up. Welcome to part 4 of the Demogoblin Build-A-Figure Hangman series. As you can tell, I've already got the leg put on. I had to heat it up off camera. I couldn't pop it on camera. Very easy, because this body mold's not meant to be a Build-A-Figure. Look at these accessories, or this accessory. Now, I enjoy it a lot. I'm very pleased with it. I love the fact that we're getting new web accessories. It really does please me a lot. Now, what you do with this is you just slide it over, a bad guy, or it can even be a good guy, whoever you want to contain for your photo or your display. But it just goes over the shoulders just like so, which that very pleases me a lot. I enjoy it. But I would like to see more with this figure, because this probably didn't cost 15, maybe 30 cents or so to make. I mean, I would like to see like maybe some extra fisted hands, some web whipping hands, or some wall crawling hands. That would have been nice. But I mean, I love to see new web accessories, or maybe even throw in more web accessories with this figure. That would have been great as well. Here's the Gamerverse Velocity Suit Spider-Man out of the box and ready to web whip his way onto your screen. I do like this figure some parts, and some parts I have some nitpicks about, and we'll get into that in just a second. Okay, let's take a good look at that articulation. His head can look up that far, which is a great amount. He can look down pretty good, almost to his chest. He's got the Exorcist. He's got a little bit, well, actually, he don't have any of that confused dog going on. He can throw the perfect pitch. His arm can move out to the side that far. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got double jointed elbows that can bend in that far. He's got a swivel and a hinge at that wrist. He also has an ab crunch that can lean forward that far. He can lean back like that, just like so. And this gapping right here, I do not like that at all. But, you gotta take the good with the bad. You get the waist swivel. He can do a full 360. He's got splits that can kick out that far, which is this leg on the right side. Well, it's on the left right now, but that's his right leg. He can kick out further than the other leg. Right here, you get a thigh cut. A double jointed knee that's a little stiff. You get a little bit of gapping right there going on. And he can bend his leg back that far. He can also kick back just like a little tiny bit. He also has no boot cut. He has ankles can move up that far, move down all the way like a pretty ballerina. And he also has this ankle pivot. Now, let's go and look at the sculpt work and the detailing. Right there. I like it. Around his eyes, looks very nice. I like the glossy red that we're seeing. It looks very, very good. I'm pleased with that. There, the sculpt work in there, the lines, looks very good. I'm pleased with that. The spider on the back came out nice and clean. Well, we got a little bit of blue seeping through right there. Not too bad, not too noticeable. You got a little bit right here, extra lighter color blue. The sculpt work looks nice. I like it. It's kind of boxy. It looks like a suit of armor. I like that. Right there. The line work's not really fuzzy. I got an extra red streak going on right there. I don't know if you can tell. It's not on this side, so I don't think that's really supposed to be there at all. It looks like somebody just painted extra, which that's very disappointing. I mean, I could use my imagination and say, hey, that was a little bit of blood or something. He was in battle. But all in all, the figure looks good. He's got peg holes down there at the bottom of his feet. You know, the sculpt, all this line work right in here is sculpted in. It pleases me a bit, but it's so splotchy on the paint. Like, I got blue right here that's missing. I don't know how well you can tell. Let me adjust this lighting right here. I don't know if you can tell now. That blue's missing right there. That red. I don't know. The paint work is very sloppy on mine. I don't know about anybody else's, but I know mine is very, very bad. But other than that, I like the figure. Here's how he scales with a couple of Marvel Legends from this wave that I've already reviewed. You have Shang-Chi on the right, and you have the Superior Octopus on the left. Here's how the Velocity suit scales next to the Mark III armor, and they're both from the same Gamerverse. And it's the same guy in two different suits, but you figured he'd be the same height, but the Velocity suit's taller than the Mark III, which is a little disappointing. And also be on the lookout for the Mark III Armor's review coming up soon. And here's how he scales with a couple of McFarlane toys that I have just recently reviewed. You have Harley Quinn Classics on the left, and you have Batman from Detective Comics 1000 on the right. Here's how he scales with a couple of NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You have Bebop and Rocksteady, Bebop being on the left and Rocksteady being on the right. Here's how he scales with a couple of masters from the WWE Universe. You have Mattel's John Cena on the left and Triple H on the right. And if you want me to do a review of these two figures, let me know in the comments below. Here's how he scales with a couple of Power Rangers from the Lightning Collection. You have the Walgreens exclusive Dragon Shield Black Power Ranger on the left and my modified Red Ranger on the right. Here's my final thoughts on this figure. I really feel like Hasbro dropped the ball in this figure. As far as the paint apps and the accessories, there was a few missed opportunities whenever it came with the accessories. As far as they should have added some like lightning blue effects to go with this, where you could like clip on the bottom of his feet or wrap around his suit somehow. I believe that would have really set this figure apart from all the other figures from this wave. However, I do like the one web accessory that we got, and I hate that we didn't get no interchangeable hands. That's very disappointing. And when are we going to get a Peter Parker head sculpt from this line for the Gamerverse series? That's one of my biggest questions, because we've got 3 Spider-Man suits so far and no Peter Parker head sculpt. Now, this figure does have some redeeming qualities about it. I love the sculpt work now, and I love how the paint kind of contrasts with one another and kind of pops. But they dropped the ball in the paints as well, so that's disappointing to me. You know, I can't really play off like it's battle damage in a lot of places. Some places I can, but let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Surge. If you want more action figure collectors reviews, then feel the urge to subscribe to Surge. And if you liked what you've seen, then click that thumbs up button. And if you want to see this channel grow, then don't forget to share with a friend. Speaking of friends, you can friend me over there on Facebook. Links to that will be in the description below. You can follow me along on Twitter. Links to that will be in the description below.
Never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Yeah.
Man, I'm all out of fluid.